Hi guys, Rusty Dog here. Welcome. Just a quick video to let you know of a mod I have installed. Some of you probably already have this one, but I'd like to highlight it anyway because it incorporates an idea that I suggested in a couple of my Starfield streams, and the mod for me is really useful. It's really good, and it is the StarUI Inventory mod. So if we look at our inventory now, we can see a little bit more data, like quantity, total mass of all my weapons, 73. So out of my 160, that's a good chunk. But if we go into the weapons themselves, we now have all of this. So what does all of this mean? Well, firstly, let's run through this. So this is everything in a more compact form. And as you can see, the idea that I had that Bethesda should have done from the get-go has been incorporated into this, is the slot number for your favorites inside the hearts. So either somebody's watched my stream, unlikely, or they've had exactly the same idea, more likely. And I just looked at this gun and I thought that said HTTP. Anyway, yeah, so we have here the quantity, which is not really highlighting the quantity, is it? No. Why has it got quantity there when it's not showing the quantity? Right, so anyway, it could be that everything I've got doubled up on is in my ship. I don't have any doubles on this, but that's... yeah. Let's go into something else, like helmets. No, what have I got more? Okay. Aid. There we go. See how the quantity is displayed there? Alright, so back to the weapons then. We've got the damage. As you can see, this one sticks out a mile. And the columns are sortable. Which is really cool, so you can really see which ones are the most and least damage. Damage per second, we can sort by that as well. So again, the skip shot modified coachman is the big one, and the old earth pistol as well. Then we have the mass, okay, and then we have its value. That's not necessarily what you're going to get if you sell it, but its current value. So my most expensive one is the pistol. Now this one is value. What do I say? Over? It's value to mass, basically, ratio. So the way you work this number out, I don't see how it's really relevant. So we're going to talk about getting rid of that if you need to in a minute. So if we sort this by, let's just sort this by here again. All right, so where would be a good example? Do we have any here with absolute values? Not really. Okay, so let's take this one. The value of this is 975, but it weighs 1.4 kilos. So if you divide that up, so this is 1 kilo, the value of 1 kilo would be 696. And 1.4 kilos is 797. It's a strange thing to say, but that's how it works. So if you have something like this, 4, okay, the value is 475. The value to mass is 119. In other words, this is how much per kilo this item is. So if you divide 475 by 4, you will get 119. That's the upshot, really. Again, I don't know if it's anything that is useful, so I might want to remove that. But it's not such a straightforward thing to do that, but we'll take a look. Ammo. Okay, you've got type of ammo, but how much ammo do you have? Well, look, if we click here in plus, you've got a lot more things you can add on. Now, obviously, if you put things like rounds, that applies to your weapons very well. So now we've got how many rounds we've got. So that we've got the most ammo for the Equinox weapon. But of course, if you go into spacesuits, rounds doesn't make any sense, and so it's just going to feature with dashes. It's not going to remove it because it's irrelevant. It's just going to keep it there. And I think this is just to, yeah, this is just to show it in a more compressed form. So my suppressed Maelstrom is actually on slot 1. My Rattler is on slot 8. So this is great. It just shows me what's where, and I love that. That's brilliant. So well done on that one. So let's get rid of the rounds. We just click on it again. We've got favorites again. You can see this is just a duplicate of the information in here, so you not really need it. Rarity. This is kind of cool in that it shows rare stuff, or maybe I think it would show. Wouldn't it show legendary as well? Let's just, yeah, legendary, epic. You know, so that's a nice thing to see, because that would cover on suits and helmets as well. It'd be covered. Cargo, inventory. I don't know what these are. Owned. It's not putting those up at the moment, is it? So thermal, corrosive, airborne, and radiation. If we put those up, that might work under suits. There you go. So this one has 15 thermal, airborne. So yeah, for suits, these are great options. Yeah, you see that? Really good. However, let's see. If we remove it all, get it back to the actual default. Oh, you've got manufacturer as well, by the way. And Assetto Corsa Competizione. Obviously not that. Mods, how many mods the weapons have on them. The range. Rate of fire. You know, you put it the way you want it, basically. And you got your physics, and you got your energy, your EM, and this one, I think it matches damage. So it looks like it does. Then we have this one. I don't know. I'm going to keep those on. And again, we can see physics seems to match damage as well, so not really needed. So we can take that one off. So energy and EM would be handy. As for sorting the columns, yes, you can. But what I want to get, the way you do that is very similar to the way I'm going to show you now in how to remove VM, because you'll notice that VM is ghosted. You can't turn it on or off. You've got value per stack as well. So I think that if I had 2 of something, this would be double this, right? So I think that's how it works. This one, if I had 2 lacerate combat knives in stock, it would be 2,120 here, I think. So to get rid of these ones that are ghosted, I don't want to get rid of any of them except perhaps VM. So what you need to do is you have to, where you installed the mod, I'm going to put a link for the mod in the description, by the way, and if you have any difficulties getting it to work, leave a message, because I had to do some trickery with an ini file. I had to create an ini file and add a couple of lines to that ini file to make it work. But your mileage may vary on that one if you haven't already done so yourself. But if you don't have a file called StarfieldCustom.ini, then yeah, you're probably going to need to message me. In fact, I should try and, let me see if I can show you. Anyway, so the VM, to remove it, we're going to go into the folder that the mod is installed in. Now it does say to put it into your game data folder. Where the game is installed, you go into the folder called data and put it in there. I haven't done that. I went to my documents folder, my games, Starfield, and then there's a data folder in there. That's where I put it, and it's fine here. It's working. So let's take a look at the mod files themselves. Okay, so here we are in Documents, My Games, and Starfield. So the actual mod, I have stored it here in Data, and it's this. You just drag the interface folder into Data, and you're good to go. And that's the mod installed. But if it doesn't work for you, then it's likely because in the Starfield folder on your documents, you don't have a StarfieldCustom.ini file that's been properly amended. So to get a StarfieldCustom.ini, what you need to do is go to Starfield Prefs, copy paste. So you create a copy here, which will be called Starfield Prefs-copy.ini, and then you need to rename that copied file to StarfieldCustom.ini. You don't need to put the .ini because it should already still be there, but this is what you should end up with. And now, so these two files will be identical, except you're going to make an addition to Starfield Custom. So let's take a look inside of Starfield Custom. Okay, so this is my Starfield Custom. It's exactly the same as the prefs, except right at the end, I created a new category called archive, which you write all this out, archive in square brackets, and then you just write this. bInvalidateOlderFiles equals 1, and sResourceDataDirsFinal equals. I just copy and pasted that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description to the inventory mod, and then underneath I will copy this text, so all you have to do is paste it in. But make sure that you don't paste it into the prefs, that you create this custom file and paste it at the end of that. And that's it. It should work. I think it's a really cool mod, so I would definitely recommend it. That's it. It's not a mod that, unlike other mods, it's not one that exploits the game for you. I'm a bit in two minds about installing those things. Mods like things that allow you to do things in the shipbuilder that the game wouldn't normally allow, like overlapping parts and making it so that you can go to a shipbuilder and instead of only some of the bits being available there and some bits being available in other shipbuilding places, there's a mod out that allows every part to be available in every shipbuilding place. That's really exploitative to me, so I don't know whether I like it. I mean, it would be cool and it would be convenient, but I don't know, it's a bit too much of an exploit for me. This one I'm fine with. It's just informative and I like it. So there you go. StarUI Inventory, link and this text in the description. Hope you enjoy. Bye bye.